3rd of June. Have a look around the garden. I'm going to be doing a potato reveal today, and my first earlies to Swift. There's only a couple of pots, so I'll do them very, very shortly. But we'll have a good look around the garden and what's actually growing and what's, seedlings I've sown and things like that. So a quick look around the polytunnel. All the tomatoes, they're all growing. San Marzanos at the back are being a bit funny. I keep losing the growing tip on them, so I have to let a sort of sucker shoot up. But I mean, they're still going. Like, it's not holding them back. But all in all, yeah, starting to get tomatoes forming there. These are the ones from the shop seeds, the piccolo tomato. That took some seeds out of. Then I come round here. This is well, you can see down there. So look, some gold starting off there. Oh, bit of luck, shouldn't be long. Plenty of flowers. Tomatoes starting, so shouldn't be long now. Should get plenty of tomatoes, because I mean they're at pretty much, you've got like 1, 2, 3, and then 4. There's four fruit trusses on pretty much all of them, to be honest. So I'll keep remembering to pull these suckers out. I'll just show you that. Try and get in here. So your leaf axes and your main stem. That's your little sucker. Just clunk it out. You have to excuse the noise. Neighbour's doing some work on the back garden, so it can't be helped. What else have we got in here? Spare cucumbers that weren't doing so well, and there's a squash plant at the back, Turk's Turban. That's a sort of reject, but I always hang on to them for a bit, because that was a real runt of a plant, that one, but it's kind of picking up. In that tray there, I can't remember what they're called. They're a runner bean, but they're supposed to have like the texture of a French climbing bean, so they're a bit of a cross, I guess. So they should have called tender green or something like that. So first time I've grown them, so I thought I'll give them a whirl. Don't know where I'm going to put them yet. Look round outside the polytunnel. Some strawberries, the same variety that I've got up at the allotment. Starting to put runners out, so I'm hoping to take some runners this year. Got the earth green shaft peas. They're all happily growing down there. We'll go down this bottom end first. So we've got the sarpole mirrors. They're all doing fine. I put some makeshift, just a basic bit of support to hold them up. There's some more strawberries. Can't remember the variety. I'm not sure if they're Florence or Vibrant. I can't remember. Over to the salad trays. These are still going. They sort of slowed right down, but I give them a bit of a feed and they pick back up again. Some more strawberries over there. That one looks like a couple more hours and that'll be going in my gob. And then in here we have some baby corn, which is called Snow Baby. So you don't have to do it in a block format. You can kind of just plant that in a line when it goes out. Seeds, I've got more at the back. I've got some more quails, broccoli, some kale, the dark kale, some cabbage called Rigoletto, lettuce called Faro, some January King, some red cabbage, Ladero, some herbs, some dill, coriander and basil, and some more cauliflower here, which is called Cheesy. Some sage, that's some leftover celery, mint, some more mint at the back, and I've got some rosemary as well. And then right at the very back there, the next batch of Durham early spring greens, which are desperate to go out, but I don't need them yet. That's leftover big onions and the garlic just dumped there. They're going to go in the compost heap. I've nowhere for them. My mum's sweet peas are all gradually going now, and it looks like they'll be starting a couple of flower buds. Any time now they'll start seeing the multicolours and the smell. Oh, not the camera then. So down there we've got the Defender courgettes. All I've done, I've just put 4 little canes in and a bit of jute twine in like a square. I'll probably do it again on the outside just to try and support them a little bit. No courgettes as yet, but there's, I don't know if I can, you can see that because it's foliage in the way, but there's one forming there. No, they're only 12 litre pots. It's my own compost, so should be alright. More strawberries. I think they're the Florence or Vibrant. Some of the Ishikura spring onions, which are starting to got seed. These are the ones I did sort of over winter. But I'm going to leave them and I'm going to pull the seeds off. Take the seed for next year. Did some more in there, White Lisbon. And this bed, we've got the breakfast radish in the middle, which is getting fairly plump. Absolutely loads of radish this year. Put down there. And we've got the dwarf French climbing beans, dwarf French beans should I say. They're a bit sluggish at first because it was a bit cold when they went out. So this is some more Mazio lettuce. So this needs a good hacking. I only hacked it the other day when I did the other video, which was the 26th of May. At the back there I've got some direct sown Cobra French climbing beans. They're all up now. Some of them, I put 2 in each one, some of them have got 2, some of them have got 1, but I'm just going to leave them be. So that's down this end of the garden. This is just some gypsophilia, never grown it before. Mrs. wanted some, so bought a couple of roots, put them in pots, but I think it's going to start flowering soon. These pots of carrots, I don't think they'll do much because they've just been fried, but I'll leave them be. This one's done alright because I saw them before the big heat wave came. Of course we've had some rain, which has been much appreciated. Just don't want too much of it. So that there, some Duke of Yorks that were planted 25th of March. So they'll probably be another 3 weeks off, and they should hit the 90-day mark, I think. I'm not going to lift the lid off under there. It's just basically leftover sweet corn, courgettes, celery, parsley, which I need to get planted out at some point. Take you around this way. Bit of an obstacle course. There's the peas, which are Hurst green shaft, which are full of flowers, and started with pods. So this was a little bed, if you remember right, that I just pinched a bit at the end of the lawn and whacked one length of gutter in. They're really densely done, these ones. Take you back around. It's a bit of an assault course to get around the garden now. Some more swift. I think it was just a really tiny seed potato, just one, shoved in a little 10 litre pot. That. There's me Musselburgh leeks, which will be going out probably next week. I should imagine, you know, they're getting on for probably 8 to 10 inches high now, so they're near enough ready. Put this tarpaulin down ready to do the potato reveal. The compost heaps still work in progress. Some more peas. I've got some more pea seeds as well. Them ones a bit worse where they dried out on me. Some more radish back there. Come to the top. We'll look down the left hand side first. So there's the potatoes. I thought it was some sort of blight or something, early blight, but it hasn't got the so-called bullseye target, you know, when you get a brown speck. But the top's just kind of really died back rather quickly. You know, so I'm not sure it's like some sort of black spot type thing. But it's perked up a little bit, so I'm not expecting loads off these because the tops have never really got massive, but they're about 95 days. So I know there's something because scoop back, I can see a potato there. but that could be like the only one in the pot for all I know. Lettuce, like I say, that's grown back in, we'll be on 3rd today, so 8 days. So if you look at my last video, you'll see 8 days. 8 days ago, I sort of picked a load off them. And over here, all the mazure as well. I've got a mazure that's dying there, be a root issue that. And one of my icebergs is dying as well. Because these icebergs, desperate to start taking now, because they've got good firm head on now. Can't remember the variety, Barcelona. Yep, Barcelona it's called that. The rocket is absolutely lobbing it out now. I know I keep doing. You get a little flower spike come up right here. Just nip it out. I just keep picking it. I'll put down there is a couple of 2 rows of turnips. So I'll probably get about, I don't know, 10 or 15 little turnips out of that. Sweet candle, carrots are all still surviving. Gooseberries starting to colour now. I've been trying to get some water into them because they keep drying out. More carrots, radish. I did sort of fill in the gaps, but cat's been and scratted some out, so I'll leave that be. Brussels sprouts, the Maximus. I've put the big net over now. I've got some canes, I need to put some supports in there, but for now they seem to be doing okay without them. And all I did, I got some manure, I just mulched around the plants. So they've not been watered, but they seem to be holding their own. King Edwards, they're getting up. We've got a visit off a jackdaw there. I made a little makeshift bird feeder there. So, and then the other day in the baking hot sun, I made these supports, these onions. How well they'd do, I don't know. I couldn't really make them any bigger because they'd be crossing each other. It's just a case of I don't know if the cane is sort of far enough away from the onion. It can probably triple in growth, put it that way. So, so I mean it's a good like 4.5 inch gap there. But all I did was 10mm plumbing pipe, bent a nail in half, sleeved it together, and then tapped a nail through the pipe, and then cable tied it to the cane. These are just 3-foot canes, and just to lift them up a bit because they were just collapsing. So it was an absolute boring job doing that. Back aching, leaning really awkward to try and get all, putting the hoops around the bottom and then carefully lifting the greens up. But see how it goes. That's the Kelsey onions anyway. Go down here, these are the Borlotti beans. You have to keep coming down here and just like these potato things as they grow, I'll just guide them through as they get a bit longer. The Borlotti beans are finally getting wrapped round now. They need to get a bit more height on, otherwise these spuds are going to block out the light to them. Because they will photosynthesize through the top leaves. The big carrots, the red intermediate, that one's, I put another seed in that's alright, it's come back. Lost one at the back there, I put some more seed in, but it's probably been baked dry, but I'll forget it for now. I had some peas left over from when I did them at the plot. I've got this old thing, it's off one of Kane's old enclosures, so I just screw it to the side of the little greenhouse and just enough to put raw peas down there. I might, instead of throwing them, I'll get a couple of meals worth of peas off that. Even if I just grow it for me pea seeds for next year. Cucumbers, Fem Spot. They're finally in now, got 4 of them in. Sometimes they can tend to die off when you transplant them, but seem to be okay. I kind of like to try and ridge it up along the centre run, so when I water it, the water will run to the outsides to try and keep the necks dry. And we've got the peppers, the Etuda orange, 2 of them. And these are the mini sweet bell peppers, I think they are. and down on the bottom, a couple of the bullhorn, and then I've got four foliar patches, which are doing fine. Nice little bushy plant. I don't think I've grown a patch before. I used to do prairie fire now, which I'll probably do prairie fire again next year, because I usually dry them out and then powder them up. No sign of real aphids. They had a bit of whitefly knocking about, but as always, there's always some insects having a go. There's some jazzy potatoes that are just shoved in a pot, probably about 3 weeks old then. Little gems, I'm going to start absolutely hammering them, take the biggest ones first, to free up that space. I need to take some more. The greens, got plenty of greens. So I've got all these to use, and I've got them down there that need to go in. So that's about everything that's growing. But what I'm going to start doing now, instead of just picking the leaves off them, I'm going to take some leaves, but I'm going to get rid of some lettuce heads. You do a load early season when they're a bit slow growing, so you've got plenty to pick at, and then once they start growing, producing, you can get rid of some of them. So I'll probably get rid of, I don't know, I might just keep something like 6 or 7 down there, free up this whole area, which I might put my celery there then. So I've got 2 varieties of celery. I've got the it's Stardust and Tango. The Tango is self-blanch, the Stardust isn't, so I've got to do the trench method for that. So I think that's a bit of a look around everything. I don't think I've missed anything. Well, some sweet peas are obviously rooted through the trays. I'm just going to scoop them up at some point. No harm at the minute, but I'll scoop them up and I'll go in compost heap. But same with them. Probably start taking some of the heads. It's different because I'm not seeing anyone so much now, so it's not like I can give it away to a lot of family. But I'm going to haul these 2 pots down there, and we shall have a look how we've got on. Right, I guess we'll start and hope for the best. Get these tops off out of the way for now. And hopefully there's enough spud in here for a couple of meals. I might, save a couple, try and chit them again for Christmas crop. Like I say, it's just a bit risky with knowing what's. I mean, that one, the stem's completely rotted on it. So it just depends, if it's been that affected, it'll slow down the tuber production. We end up with some rotten tubers. Got a few like compost nuts in it. So it's got perlite in it, and I don't remember. Probably a tiny spud there. I probably had a bit of mix that I made up left over from doing seedlings and just slung that on the top of it. Right, tip it out and see what we get. Hopefully, it's a bit of a rain, I don't get it on my camera lens, otherwise it'd be all a bit blurry. First impressions. I can't see any spuds on the outside. Right, well we'll just have to see. Get me a little green tray out. Because I've got a carrier bag, I'll weigh them after. I just like to split it down the middle and see. There's that's a seed potato. Yeah. I think I put 4 seed potatoes in here. Just hoping that they're not all rotted. Oh, it's not too bad. Another seed potato. Right, packed up together there. Yeah. Seed potatoes just turned to absolute mush. Yeah, I think there was 4. It was 1st of March, I think it was, I did these. So it's a shame because some of these would have got a little bit bigger maybe if the tops hadn't been armed. But they're quite decent size, to be honest. I mean, that one was a bit bigger than what I wanted really, but I ain't bothered. You don't mind if you get like a couple of pounds. So that should be all 4 seed potatoes now. I mean, there's a lot of little tiny ones there, you know, which would have produced more, but never mind. I tend to save sort of that sort of size, I'd say, for a couple of late seeders. But, you know, I don't mind the small ones either, because if you're making a potato salad, they're great for that. Well, not too bad. Not loads, but it's still a crop at the end of the day. I mean, I have got some spuds actually ready that I could throw in. But I don't know. I'll ponder on that one. I've got some left over from when I planted up the plot, you see, so I could put a couple of Duke Yorks in, or I think I've got a couple of Ola left. I could grow them as a first early if need be, but I don't know. It's just having the room to put stuff, because I mean, obviously now that's free. I need to clear that off because it's got a lot of manure on it, and it was just there to mulch. I'm going to scrape it off because it'll end up falling in all the holes when I do my leeks. So I think that's about it out of that one. Oh no, some more. I'm not bothered just weighing one, but I'll just get the 2 pots together and weigh that. Yeah, I think that's about your lot out of that one. Yeah, a couple of meals there. So nothing, you know, astounding, but there's still some spuds. And they didn't cost me anything either, the spuds, because they were my own seed potatoes, which left over from crop that I had last year. You know, so you can stick a couple of spuds in a pot. You know, even if you only get like 6, 8 spuds off it, you know, sort of ready before the winter, and they can be your seed spuds for next year. Because if there's out wrong with them, they're going to go manky. I'd imagine so, sort of like while you're storing them. Right, here we go. Is this one going to be any better? That tub out of the way. Anything bulging out the sides? Nope. One seed potato. It's pretty much the same again, you know. Good number of spuds in there. And they all look clean, not scabby or anything. No like dark marks or soft squidgy parts on them. You always do something, you get them and there's a soft bit, you think, oh, something's not right with that, but they all seem okay. You know, I like that sort of size. You know, and that might be a bit small, but they're actually great to just lob in a potato salad then. Because when you put them all in a sack, it's some tiny ones that end up going all the way down to the bottom. Another seed potato there. there. But they're fairly even sized, to be honest. Sometimes you get loads of different sizes, but they seem pretty similar size. So like, you know, all the small ones are of a similar size, the bigger ones and the middle ones. You've got a bit of a mix. Any more? Otherwise, I think there's a lot of volunteer spuds growing everywhere. Yeah, I think it works out 94 or 95 days these have had. Oh. It's definitely looking like that's your lot. Let's get them bagged up and weighed. Glad I've got some spuds because the ones I've been using that I had to buy before this lockdown started gone pretty damn soft now. I'm glad for some new spuds. You know, and if this lot can tide me over till that other tub of Duke York's ready, that'll tide me about that 20, well, just say like 25th of June, and then probably 10th of July. Duke York's up at the allotment. I've not been up to Sprayford Light yet. I'm going up end of week. Right, scales right up here. Right. Some trusty good old fishing scales. I've had these some years. Yeah, not bothered about a carrier bag. These ounces. But, I think we got about 7 1/4 pound. You know, that's eight seed potatoes, 60 litres of compost. It was B&Q compost, I remember rightly. And like I say, I think when I potted my onions up, I had a bit of me onion mix left. Cause I always do that. Anything that doesn't go through a riddle, I just sling it on top of the pots just to top them up a bit. Because you always sink a bit after you've first done them. I did feed them with tomato feed pretty much the last sort of 6 weeks, really. Got a bit of a feed. But all in all, yeah, you got kind of average sort of sizes. You know, so you've got a bigger one. There's some sort of medium size, and then small ones. I mean, that'll be alright potato salad. You know, them as they are, I'll chip them out like that. So they're swift. I'll probably keep a few of them for a bit of a Christmas crop and bung them in, sort of middle of August or something like that. And then we'll have to expose them to a bit of warmth to try and force them to start sprouting. Once they've got some sprouts on, you know, so they've got 9-10 weeks, something like that, to get some sprouts growing. And then I'll probably do the same again, just a couple of tubs. It's just nice, you know. I mean, they're usually ready by October, but you can just leave them in the tubs. And Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, just tip them out, and you've got some nice little spuds. They're all firm and everything. Right, so that's it for this video. Take care, thanks for watching, and I'm going to get on with harvesting a load of this lettuce, so I won't bore you with a video like that again, because it's pretty much just doing the same as I did the other day, just hacking a load of lettuce and trying to find room for it all, you know, because I've had, it's just over 5.5 pound of lettuce leaves now so far, so it's It's going down all right anyway. Kane enjoys it. Right, take care. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.